So in the movie, right? You know how 5G, it leads out a lot of frequencies for the government to intercept our information and shit? Like a giant data web right up in the sky. Well, a bunch of poor people got together and invented a machine that was able to intercept even government fucking information out here. And so this one guy ends up getting drunk, right? He works for the government. He's supposed to be an intelligent guy. And he starts laughing about stuff, saying, did you know that all the underground tunnels is the only thing that the government has? We can't really go out to space. We can only stay in the atmosphere. There's really no big escape from this planet. We hire all the most intelligent people just so we can have intelligence to trick all of the populace. And he starts laughing about it, drunk with one of his other guys. And so everybody starts following these government people, and they start seeing exactly where all the tunnels lead to, all the underground bases. So everybody starts cutting a valley within the volcano when they start running like pussies inside of the fucking tunnels. And then when that happens, the volcano finally erupts because we start throwing a bunch of shit in it, and the valley leads straight into their tunnels, and it fills up like a giant soup. They call it Michael's soup. And so they're hiding in there while all this volcano is running straight to them. And this active volcano only has enough volcano to fill up these fucking tunnels and crisp them and turn them into a callus within the Earth's crust as the biggest failures in America, the biggest pussies, and the deepest snakes. And so with that information out and everything, they were just like, fuck. And like I said, the only thing that they had in this movie left, these politicians, to wait for, they lost control. They don't have no respect. Money doesn't mean anything. The only thing that they have left is when they're gonna die. Nobody knows they exist anymore. Nobody cares about their existence. And they become nothing. Just a shit stain in the pages of America where their names aren't even mentioned. They're just on the pages of rebellion that got them sent straight to hell for their wickedness, their greed, their sexual immortality, and to pretend that they were God. Oh my God. You know, when they said the rise of the Antichrist, anybody that goes against God is the Antichrist. On a control level, that is. See, the devil likes control. And if you're in the control level or in the control room, you are the Antichrist. If you are willing to let greed fall in suffrage on millions, that is the Antichrist. Because God says, do not be living a life of greed. When God says, these are my laws, no sexual immoral acts, but you guys protect each other for pedophilia, you have condemned yourself because you have not received true justice on earth. You hide behind printed money in a machine that you guys print behind closed doors for your own benefits. You protect each other politically all the time, even though sexual assault allegations come up, all the way to judges. Yes, you judges too. You guys are the biggest problems as well. And so your lack of justice is what God saw. The opening of prayer opened up doors. You guys use pastors to take away faith and hope from people, but now that it's been restored, the prayers are in numbers now. God is looking at you guys now, and he's putting those that are his children behind him and those that are his enemies in front. And my oldest brother Jesus doesn't play when he says he's coming for vengeance. That means your soul is no longer protected like your pastor said. That means the devil already has you by your nut hairs, just waiting for you to go home. That means if you keep reading on in the Bible, in Revelations, when these devils and antichrists get sent to hell for 1,000 years again, a new heaven and a new earth is created, And all the angels and all the children of God say, glory be to the God of justice, the God Almighty, the creator of all, the Alpha, the Omega, the first and the last. How comfortable do you feel in your skin right now? You see, what we did was, there's a Libra scale of good and bad. The way that politicians made the Libra scale, let me define this to you. This came to me in prayer. The Libra scale is like this. There is always good and bad. They found a way to switch it where it belongs. In that example that I told you with the 2. In this hand, it was a group of people that said that there is no consequences as long as you follow God. Not even child rape. You can still ascend. That took faith away from children, the future. So they looked at only the present, and they let the future carry the pain. What we did was let the adults that deserve consequence get the consequence, and let the future live. They thought that intelligence could be able to allow you to allow this to happen. But it's my brothers and my sisters that stand behind our oldest brother Jesus, and we walk with him. And when God says that there's a war between good and evil, if you're on evil's side, you should be afraid of what's to come for you, as the book of Revelation states.